Hi, I'm David. I serve along with my wife Christine and our 3 kids in a university ministry in Peru. Peru's been really hard hit by COVID. Just yesterday, my wife tested positive for COVID along with one of our kids, and our other kids too now have COVID symptoms. Now more than ever, we feel carried by God's faithfulness. When the lockdown began in Peru, universities closed, and now almost 18 months later, universities are still closed. And I felt lost, questioning God's purpose for us here in Peru. I remember our first online Bible study. There were very few students and they had their cameras off. And I felt this is not why I was in Peru. I couldn't see God's purpose in all of this, but God was at work and I just had to listen. While the pandemic had changed things, it also opened opportunities. In our city, there were thousands of Venezuelan refugees who didn't have access to help from the government or family support. They used to make a living selling things in the street, but now the streets were empty because of the lockdown and their source of income was gone. We began packing food for about 300 refugees, and this rapidly expanded to 3,000. I remember many times having to tell people this is probably our last food delivery, but God was faithful and people kept giving, and the project continued for more than 6 months. We kept working united by the purpose that God had given us. I was also worried about the team burning out, working long hours and feeling the responsibility of getting food to so many people. Then tragically, one member of our team got COVID, and because of a heart complication, he suddenly died. Other members of the team who lived with older members of their family then pulled out of the project out of fear that they might pass on COVID to their older relatives. So not only was I worried about the funding, but I was also worried about how we could continue doing this project. But God was faithful. Students and others stepped in to help us to pack food and get food to people. By the time this project came to a close, we had distributed 137 tons of food to thousands of refugees through one of the most difficult times in their life. I'm thankful to God for giving us meaning when it seemed like the whole purpose of us being in Peru was gone. I'm convinced that God's faithfulness carried us through these challenges and continues to carry us through.